All set to go for Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. Live on a Thursday night, we greet you from the corner of Burton Boulevard and Home Run Road, a.k.a. Geesis Stadium, as the Dust Devils host the Hillsboro Hops in Game 3 of a 6-game series. The series currently tied at a game apiece following the Dust Devils' 6-4 win last night here in Pasco. Doug Taylor with you at DustDevilsBaseball.com and the MILB app. Right-hander Ryan Costu out of Clayton, California, getting one more opportunity to start on the Geesis Stadium mound and to try to get his record in 2025 at the high A level to an even 7-7, 6-7, coming into the night with an ERA of 5.11. And again, he was just dynamite last Friday night at Avista Stadium in Spokane Valley. 7 shutout innings, no walks, 3 strikeouts. I should say no walks, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts. Drew Jones, the first man to face him tonight. First pitch to the center fielder, a fastball called a strike by Dominic Romero, the home plate umpire this evening. Emmanuel Perez, the man on the bases, 0-1 the count, as Jones crowds the inside of that right-hand batter's box. Costu from the Y in the 0-1. Fastball fouled back, 0-2. Jones in last night's game reached base 4 times. He doubled and walked 3 times, stealing 2 bases, getting to 26 on the season. The 0-2. Change up just inside, or low it must have been. Close but no. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a close one there. Jones hitting .259 coming into the night. Game 121 for him this year. The 1-2. Fastball. Foul into the first base side seats upper level. Still 1-2. Mentioned the .259 average. 5 homers, 55 RBI, 25 doubles, and 5 triples. This Hillsboro team with 30 triples on the season. Their park lends itself to that. Again, that park now retired from minor league baseball. The 1-2. That low, off speed and missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hillsboro Ballpark, the former Ron Tonkin Field, hosting its final Northwest League game last Sunday. They'll be in their new digs across the street, and even about 70% built. It looks like a beauty that the Hops will reside in next season. The 2-2. Jones through the left side. And Drew Jones will start the night with a single, a long round of first, and he will stop there. And so Jones is aboard. Ryan Costu will have to keep an eye on him. That brings left fielder Slade Caldwell in on the left-hand side. No score. Hops and Dust Devils just underway. Third baseman Mitchell Daly playing on the grass. The Tri-City defense in a moment. First pitch to Caldwell. Little outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The outfield, again, a traditional alignment for 2025. Rio Foster in left, Anthony School in center, and Randy DeJesus in right. The infield, Mitchell Daly at third, Capri Ortiz at short. Adrian Placencia at second, Caleb Pendleton at first. Pickoff throw over to first, and back safely via dive is Jones. Juan Flores catching again tonight. Since his left-hand injury in Vancouver, took a pitch funny in that glove. He's kind of alternated days with Peter Burns. The 1-0, little low it seemed. 2 balls and no strikes. Caldwell had the night off last night in the opener of the series on Tuesday. Went 1 for 5 in the game. Was robbed of a hit, though, and a nice play at third. The throw over, and again, Jones safe. 2 disengagements now, so Costu would have to pick him off if he throws a third time. That makes Jones more likely to go. He holds the pitch. Caldwell, a liner caught by Placencia as he hit just sort of a top spinner. And Placencia, 1 step to his right, makes the catch for the first out of the game. Initially, I couldn't tell whether Placencia wasn't quite moving because he thought it was by him, but no, it was coming basically right to him. Just a little shuffle to the right and the catch. 1 out in the top of the first. Tri-City and Hillsboro no score. Second baseman Christopher Tureen in. The first pitch. Grounder pulled up the third base line, foul. No balls and a strike. Tureen batted second last night. Went 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. He was part of the 3-run first for Hillsboro. Score just one more run the rest of the game, and Tri-City would make its way back to win 6-4. The 0-1. Tureen shoots a liner foul. Past Jim Aducci. Coaching at first. So 0-2 the count to Tureen. Pickoff throw over. Back safely is Jones with the new batter at the plate. The disengagement's resetting. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got Tureen with a changeup. First strikeout of the night for Ryan Costu. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. No score. Dust Devils and hops, and the cleanup man, right fielder Anel Ortiz, will step in. Ortiz also had the night off last night. Played Tuesday as the cleanup man. Drove in two, an RBI single in the fourth, and a sac fly in the ninth. Ended up 1 for 4 on the evening. The pitch. Ortiz deep down the right field line, pulled foul. Not sure if that quite had the distance to get out, but a long, loud strike one. Ortiz on the year, 11 homers, 64 RBI. He is the only hop in double-digit home runs. Team has hit 67 all season. Another throw over and back safely again is Drew Jones. So far has not made any attempt at second. You'd wonder with 2 outs as to whether or not he might be more likely to give it a go. The 0-1. Fastball outside. A ball and a strike. Costu working from the first base side of the rubber, set just below the Dust Devils script. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. 1-2. Dust Devils in the home white, navy, and gold. Hillsboro again in their navy jerseys, light blue letters and numbers trimmed in white, and gray road pants with navy piping. 1-2 the count to Ortiz. He will call time before Costu comes home. Ortiz this year against Tri-City is at .224. This is his 22nd game in which he has faced them. 2 homers and 10 RBI. The 1-2. Changeup fouled at the plate, and the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Mention that Hillsboro's hit only 67 home runs this year. For the Tri-City Dust Devils, it has been a different story. They've hit 139. And so far in the season series, Tri-City has hit 31 home runs. Hillsboro has hit 8. And yet the runs are incredibly close. As Costu steps off. Coming into the night, 26 games between the two teams. Tri-City's won 15, Hillsboro 11. The run totals, Hillsboro 128, Tri-City 127. Jones goes on a pitch low, and the transfer does not go the way Juan Flores would like, and it is indeed a stolen base for Drew Jones, that number 27 on the year. So he is at second with 2 outs, and the count even to Ortiz. If he reaches, designated hitter Hansel Luis waits on deck. Costu ready, the 2-2. It's low, and the count full. Hasn't yet been a ton of pitches for Ryan Costu in this first inning. But the more batters you see, obviously, the more that changes. Full count pitch. Changeup swing and a miss, strike 3. Looked like a little bit of an elevated fastball, and it just died on the way to the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Costu. End the top of the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. We're underway here in Pasco with the score. The Hillsboro Hops nothing. The Tri-City Dust Devils coming up. It's Eric the Peanut Guy saluting Rio Foster, and Northwest League Player of the Month, the award given him today. And Tri-City coming to bat for the first time tonight with no score. Hillsboro held off the board in the top of the first. Right-hander Denny Larondo gets the start this evening for Hillsboro. 3-3, an ERA of 7.11. He has faced the Dust Devils once this year, and they are the team that handed him, in fact, loss number 1 at the high A level, as he won his second start, lost 2 in a row, the one against the Dust Devils the first, then won 2 in a row, then a loss and no decision his last time out. Larondo, 6'2", 180 pounds, originally from Villa Clara, Cuba. Was in the Yankees org before the Arizona Diamondbacks claimed him off waivers in December of 2022 and been with the D-backs since. Anthony School, the center fielder, will lead things off. A leadoff homer for him in last night's game. A 3-hit game for School. First pitch to him on 2 hops out to short. Grabbed there by Anderson Rojas. His throw high, but Modefi Marte able to keep his foot on the bag and grab it in time. And so an out on the board quickly here in the bottom of the first. It'll bring Capri Ortiz, beg your pardon, to the plate, the shortstop. No score, Dust Devils and hops. 1 out, bottom of the first. As we'll get you the Hillsboro defense here in a moment. Larondo ready. First pitch to Ortiz. Fastball missing high. 1 ball and no strikes. For Hillsboro defensively, Slade Caldwell in left field, Drew Jones in center, Anil Ortiz in right. Pretty standard defensive alignment for them out there. The 1-0. Ortiz takes it low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The infield, Ruben Santana at third. He was the DH last night, getting his first action in the field of this series. Anderson Rojas, the shortstop. Christopher Tureen shifting over to second to give Hansel Luis the semi-day off as the DH. And Modefi Marte at first, the 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. Jeremiah Boyd is the catcher tonight for the Hops, also seeing his first action of the series. Capri, a hit last night. He was also hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Came in on Rio Foster's RBI double. The 2-1. Ortiz takes a breaking ball, and it's there to even the count at 2-2. Remember talking when the Hops were in town before that Anil Ortiz and Capri Ortiz, they know each other. They think they might be distantly related, the two. As Larondo set and the 2-2 now. Outside of the count, full 3-2. Capri coming into the night with an average of 230. Team number 95, 5 homers, 33 RBI, 12 doubles, 3 triples, and a team leading 26 stolen bases. And hazy, otherwise warm, a touch of blue sky above us. The lights already on here at Giessen. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It dove low and underneath the barrel. Ortiz down on strikes for Denny Larondo's first K of the night. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. No score, Tri-City and Hillsboro. And Adrian Placencia, the second baseman, will stand in. We talked about how Placy has had a rough go of it lately at the plate. Had a hit and a sac bunt last night, though, that helped the cause. That hit was in the 5th inning. First pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So ended up going 1 for 4 with the sac bunt. That sac bunt was part of that 2-run 7th. Moving Rio Foster, who had walked from first to second. The 1-0. Low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Placencia, game number 118 for him. That's the most of any Dust Devil on the active roster. 16 homers, 61 RBI. Hitting .213 coming into the night. The 2-0. Low and inside. Ball 3. Placencia way out in front here. Larondo in 8 starts, I should say 8 appearances, 5 games started. 25 and actually make it 26 innings whole. 17 walks, 5 hit batters. 31 strikeouts. The 3-0. Sensi will just watch it in. It's there for strike one. Sensi is certainly a guy who's been known to take a walk in this Northwest League. The 3-1. Missing ball four. And there is another free pass issued to Adrian Placencia. He's a two-out base runner here in the bottom of the first, and that will bring the Northwest League Player of the Month for August 2025, Rio Foster, to the plate. Foster, again, another very productive night at the plate. He reached base 4 times, an RBI double in the first, then walked in 3 consecutive plate appearances, including in the 7th with his run tying the game. No score in the first. Throw over to first. Placencia back in, standing. Throw was a bit high. Lassie, not known as a huge base stealer, but he does have 6 on the year. You do got to keep an eye on him. First pitch to Rio. That comes in low. 1 ball and no strikes. Tri-City at 60 wins. 8 below 500, but that is the highest win total in the High Angels era for a Dust Devils squad. The 1-0. Foster takes it. Fastball for a strike, 1-1. Talking with him in the interview, if you didn't get to hear it in our pregame show, he mentioned Jason Hayward, his favorite player, one of his favorite players growing up when he was a member of the Atlanta Braves. Rio from Athens, Georgia, where the University of Georgia is. The 1-1. Breaking ball, a little low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. And Rio in that conversation saying he's just felt his confidence kind of growing throughout the year at the plate. And he's always been patient at the plate. But it has ramped up to the point where his on-base percentage now is .404 for the season. Another throw over, back safely this time via dive is Placencia. So second throw over in this arrangement for Larondo. That will allow Placencia to grab a little bit more space here. We'll see if he does something with it. As he inches out a little further in that lead. The 2-1. Foster takes it high that time. 3 balls and a strike. If Rio reaches, right fielder Randy DeJesus will get an opportunity. He had a big hit in last night's game. Dust Devils tying the game on a Mitchell Daly line drive homer to right in the 6th. And then after the lead had been re-grabbed, Tri-City took it for the first time in the 7th. Placencia goes. 3-1 hit high in the air, deep to left center. Going back is Drew Jones, and just shy of the warning track, he makes the catch to end the inning. Foster, it seems even the outs right now are scary to pitchers and defenses. He almost had homer number 11 there. Instead, it is a flyout that ends the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left for Tri-City in the first. Through 1. The score, Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. To the second inning, Tri-City, Hillsboro, no score. Ryan Costu coming back for a second inning of work. He threw 19 pitches, 12 of them for strikes. So it looked to be a touch more efficient here in the second. Is now making his way behind home plate. His home plate umpire Dominic Romero. First batter of the second is Hansel Luis, the Hillsboro designated hitter. First pitch, righty against lefty, popped high in the air. Left side of the infield, foul out of play. Third base tunnel, look out. Hopefully everybody okay over there. No balls and a strike. And Ryan was so good last Friday, the 0-1 changeup. And he offered, says Dominic Romero, 0-2. It'll be Hansel Luis, Modepi Marte, and Anderson Rojas, 5, 6, 7 for Mark Reed's Hops. And Reed in the dugout, it looks like, managing from there tonight. The 0-2 comes in low. Luis able to lay off it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hansel Luis playing game number 100 of his season. Did have a brief burst of injury, but it wasn't very long. 5 homers, a team leading, or should say second position, 62 RBI. Leads with 7 triples. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, foul. And Flores turning out of his stance there. Might have taken a deflection. And he's checking that left hand, which is bandaged up a little bit. I mentioned he took a knock in Vancouver. Was able to finish the 6th inning of a game on a Thursday night. And came out. Peter Burns caught the rest of the weekend for the Dust Devils. And Flores returned to the lineup in Spokane the following Wednesday. The 1-2. Changeup, fouled away. Everybody gearing up for the fastball, then having to hold back and just foul it away. We have seen the cost you changeup when it is going. It is a strikeout pitch. The 1-2. Changeup, and it's just low, ball 2. That was another situation in which Hansel Luis took 2 steps toward the dugout. He firmly believed he had been got there. Dominic Romero disagreed, so the count even at 2-2. And the pitch. Hit in the air, left field, slicing well, foul out of play. That is past the Richland High School marching band, down at the end of the third base side. Again, great to have them at the ballpark this evening, the Bomber Band, and they've been playing music throughout stretches and carry the national anthem as well. 2-2, the count to Luis, and cost you home. Fastball high in the count, full 3-2. Talked about this Hillsboro team being a great contact hitting team at .253 batting average as a team coming into the night. The 3-2. Luis pop-up. Left side of the infield. Juan Flores called off by Mitchell Daly. He makes the call, reaches out to his left and makes the catch for the first out of the second. Looked like there was a little work late there for Daly, but he makes the play. One out in the second. And first baseman Modepi Marte to the plate. Marte's been a solid bat in the Hillsboro lineup, especially against the Dust Devils. First pitch. Low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Marte in 6 games against Tri-City is 9 for 21, so he's hitting .429. He's driven in 7 runs. The 1-0. And a slider, a cutter into even the count at a ball and a strike. Marte 5 for 9 so far in the first 2 games of the series. The 1-1 swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. Marte last night, a single and a double, went 2 for 4. The 1-2 from Costu comes in low, knocked down by Flores. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Can still see the Horse Heaven Hills. They're a whisper amidst the smoke and haze, and we hope everybody's staying safe out there, especially in parts north and west of here. Goose Prairie in that part, big fire there. The 2-2 fouled straight back, so the count will stay where it is. This game number 129 of the season for both teams. 132 games scheduled. You can do the math. We are done Sunday afternoon. The 2-2. Outside, count full, 3-2. Left-handed shortstop Anderson Rojas waiting on deck. Infield is shifted to play Marte to pull. Outfield's almost straight away. The 3-2. Marte socks a liner deep to left. Watching is Rio Foster. He'll watch it bang off the fence on the fly. And he'll get it into relay man Capri Ortiz. It's another double for Modefi Marte. And a line drive off the wall in left. Foster just turned to play it. He knew he didn't have time to get to the fence to try to catch it. And for Marte, that is double number 11 and his 5th against the Dust Devils. So he's at second with 1 out. Second hit of the game for the Hops. And here is Anderson Rojas. No score in the second. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Rojas, another one of the stalwarts for Hillsboro. They've not had a ton of position player movement. Ryan Waldschmidt playing the first half for Hillsboro. They're making his way to Double-A Amarillo, but a lot of the regulars have been the regulars this year. The 1-0. Changeup finds the zone. Upper part of it, can't even hit a ball and a strike. Rojas, 233 is average in 113 games, 1 over 37 RBI. The 1-1. And foul back on a bunt attempt, 1-2. Trying to catch Mitchell Daly unawares at third. He was starting to close a little bit on it. Now with 2 strikes, you would think the bunt off. Third baseman Ruben Santana waiting for an opportunity here. The 1-2. Rojas, fly ball. Fairly deep left field. Foster going over to it at the line, and he makes the catch. Holding at second is Marte. 2 outs here in the top of the second. That'll bring up, beg your pardon, it's not Ruben Santana. That is Jeremiah Boyd, the catcher. Got one ahead there. Boyd getting his first at bat of the series. Boyd is 5'9", 235 out of Harrisburg, North Carolina. Played collegiately, or finished anyway, at Middle Tennessee State. A Blue Raider in the house. First pitch. And a curve over the top and in for strike 1. 2023 NDFA, non-drafted free agent. Been with the Hops for just 3 weeks or so. 250 is average in 7 games. Has driven in 4 runs. Costu checking Marte at second. The 0-1. Breaking ball low. Count even to Boyd now. To ball and a strike. Boyd also spent some time at Presbyterian College, where probably the best starter this year in the Northwest League, Daniel Egan, who was there the whole season largely, played the 1-1 fastball in there, 1-2. Egan just making his way to Amarillo in the last couple weeks or so. Otherwise, you're looking at best starters in the league. Probably have to talk about Trey Savage, who was not in the league long, only 4 starts, one of them here at Kisa Stadium, but quickly to Double-A New Hampshire in the Blue Jays org from there. One of their, I believe now, is their top prospect, according to MLB Pipeline. The 1-2. Changeup inside. Flores bluffed a throw back to second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Ruben Santana before. He is waiting on deck now. He's the 9th man in the order. Costu again. Looking at Marte, the 2-2. Low and inside, and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the pitch count has gotten up early here for Costu, as this will be his 26th pitch of the second inning. He's set at the letters. The 3-2. Boyd fouls it away. remains full. Marte, a healthy lead off of second. Again, the 3-2 no. Instead, Costu steps off and forces Marte back to the bag. Unfortunate news from Kansas City. The parent club, the Los Angeles Angels, falling 4-3. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So a good amount of work in the end, though. It's a strikeout for Costu, his third of the game, and a second 0 posted. No runs for Hillsboro, a hit, no errors, a man left, just as it was in the first. Through 1.5 at Giza. Tri-City nothing, Hillsboro nothing. We're glad you're here for Dust Devils baseball tonight.
Let's help Andrew out. We're going to do one more cheer. Go Dust Devils on the count of 3.
Moving to the bottom of the second. The Dust Devils nothing, the Hops the same, and Denny Larondo comes out for a second inning of work. First man he'll face is right fielder Randy DeJesus. Catcher Juan Flores and third baseman Mitchell Daly will follow for the home-standing Dust Devils. Jeremiah Boyd took a second for him, of course, as the final batter of the second inning to get the equipment on and make his way out to work. Denny Larondo threw 17 pitches in the first inning, only 7 of them for strikes. So got away with a touch of wildness. And now the first pitch to DeJesus. Slider looping in her half 0-1. Randy with a big hit in last night's game, tying up the contest. RBI single through a drawn-in infield, carving it the opposite way. Needed a 4-4 game at the time. Then he scored what ended up the game-winning run. The 0-1 hit deep to left center. Jones going back. Track, wall, gone. A line drive shot from Randy DeJesus. Up and out to left center. And the Dust Devils will grab the lead tonight as DeJesus rounds third and heads home. Randy DeJesus with homer number 18, RBI number 55, 1-0 Dust Devils here in the second. I have a feeling exit velo high, loft low on that home run. A stinger off the tee from DeJesus, 1-0 Dust Devils. Here's Juan Flores, the catcher, standing in. First pitch from Larondo. Fastball, outer half, 0-1. 105 miles an hour off the bat for Randy DeJesus. The 0-1 slider, swing and a miss, strike 2 as that bounced off the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. But ran it on the hands. So 395 out to left center. Did not actually look like that would have gotten out. Fence gets pretty deep back there fairly quickly. The old fence does. The new fences, of course, not as much. The 0-2. Flores takes it outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flores comes into the night hitting .208 in 87 games, 9 homers, 37 RBI. Another guy who has had a very good, or who has had a great second half at the plate. The 1-2 slider inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, thanks to Michael Portella and Nathan Hemingway for all their info throughout the year. Much appreciated. We'll get in more thanks throughout the week here as we close out 2025. The 2-2. Slider just inside. Lorano keeps trying to pick off the inside corner. He did not miss by much there. The count full at 3-2. Mitchell Daly, the third baseman, on deck. Tri-City's first hit of the night, getting them on the board first. As Larondo did not get the pitch away in time, and that hands ball 4 to Juan Flores. He was running out of pitch clock time. He then stepped off the rubber, but with nobody on, you can't step off the rubber. You have to bring the pitch home or it's a ball. And it was a 3-2 count, so that is a walk to Flores, and the Dust Devils will gladly accept the free base runner.
All right, when I say let's go, you say Dust Devils. Let's go!
So here is Mitchell Daly, one of the heroes of last night's game. First pitch. Low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 Tri-City as we play here in the second. Daly, a line drive homer to right in the 6th inning, tying the ball game 3-3 at the time. As Lorano set in the stretch, the 1-0. Fastball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. So Daly with the home run. That was his second as a Dust Devil. He's driven in 6 on the year. Pair of doubles, hitting 150 in 18 games. Has shown great defensive acumen, though. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Larondo landing strangely there, working on the landing area on the front of the mound. 2-1 the count. As time is called, and Larondo now working on something on his left foot. I think something had just gotten maybe twisted, perhaps. Is it the flange of the shoe, the upper part? Is that what that's called? I don't remember. Looked like he was maybe digging at that. Either way, looks to be all right now. 2-1 the count to Daly. Flores at first. And the pitch. Daly shoots a liner foul. Curving over the grandstand and out of play. 2-2. It's the Dust Devils tonight, and then the Columbia River Rooster Tails one more time at 2025 tomorrow night here at the ballpark. 6:30 first pitch. The 2-2. Slider, and it whips in. Strike 3. Daly called out on strikes. Second strikeout for Denny Larondo. And the first out of the bottom of the second is recorded. Tri-City 1, Hillsboro nothing. Flores at first, and first baseman Caleb Pendleton standing in. Pendleton seeing his first action of the series. First pitch to Caleb. Popped high in the air, right side of the infield. As clearing is Christopher Tureen, the second baseman, and he makes the catch, or no. Did they call Juan Flores out? They did. So they called Flores out for interfering with first baseman Modefi Marte. The two collided. So Flores is out, and Pendleton is safe at first. Just kind of a tangling of players there as Flores saw the ball go up. And then he and Marte ended up colliding. And the ruling of base umpire Emmanuel Perez was that Flores had interfered, and so he was out, but Pendleton was safe. So we'll await the scoring there. As interference is involved. And Dario Liberte, the designated hitter, stands in. The 9-man. 1-0 Dust Devils in the second. First pitch to Dario. Fastball. It's in there. Strike one. Liberte hitting 188 in 10 games. Has an RBI, has a double, had a 3-hit game in Everett. 3 hits outside of that. Coming up from Inland Empire a few weeks ago. Pickoff thrower to first. Back safely is Pendleton. So Pendleton will be 0 for 1. Would guess fielder's choice would be involved in the scoring there. An 0-1 pitch coming to Liberte. He takes a fastball. It's there 0-2. Dario listed as a catcher, but he has not caught yet for Tri-City. Had a game lineup-wise in which he got in and played third, played 9 innings of baseball at third base, usually known as the hot corner. But the night Dario Liberte played, not a single ball hit to him. 9 innings at third base. Nice way to ease him into action there. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Jeremiah Boyd will throw down to first. And that will end the inning. 2-3 is the putout on the strikeout. So 2 in the inning for LaRondo and 3 in the game. No run, or I should say 1 run for the Dust Devils. 1 run on 1 hit. The Randy DeJesus homer. No errors involved, and in the end, 1 man is left. Through 2, 1-0 Tri-City. This is Dust Devils baseball. The Tri-City Dust Devils won, the Hillsboro Hops nothing as we move to the 3rd inning at Geesa's Stadium. Doug Taylor saying hello again for Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. Here in the MILB zone of Bally Sports Live, where you can watch us for free every game. Bally Sports Live app and BallySports.com, the places where you can find us. Of course, MILB TV as well, the MILB app. First pitch to Ruben Santana. The third baseman, a late wave and an off-speed pitch from Costu, and it's strike 1. Randy DeJesus, a line drive solo homer to left center. Only run of the game so far, the 0-1. Santana high in the air down the right field line. Caleb Pendleton, DeJesus going over. It'll land foul. Neither had a play. 0-2. Ryan Costu so far in the contest, about to finish his first trip through the order. 3 strikeouts. 2 hits given up. Ultimately, 2 runners left stranded in scoring position. The 0-2. Santana, fly ball right center. Going in, Anthony School coming over Randy DeJesus. It is DeJesus to make the catch. He'll flip it to School to throw it in. 1 out in the 3rd. Both these teams with the win on the board in this series. Hillsboro 9-2 on Tuesday night. Tri-City 6-4 last night. And Drew Jones comes up a second time. He with one of the 2 hits. A single and a stolen base in the first. First pitch to him. Curve over the top, looping in 0-1. As Costu steps in the line, the 0-1. Another curve. It's there again, 0-2. Well, they put it in the same place. Slade Caldwell, the left fielder, waiting on deck. As Costu winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with a changeup. Fourth strikeout of the evening for Ryan Costu. 2 outs here in the third. Now, you may have noted we made a trip through the order tonight, and there was not a single mention of the King Beverage Beer Batter. It is the final Thirsty Thursday of the season here at the ballpark. So there is no King Beverage Beer Batter. Or really, if you want to look at it more, every batter is the King Beverage Beer Batter. We thank King Beverage for sponsoring that promotion throughout the years. The first pitch to Caldwell, a breaking ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Yes, the promotion for the beer batter is $3 12-ounce beers, and that is the promotion all night. The 1-0 fastball in for strike one. Well, not all night in the case of the discounted brews for fans 21 and up. Those go, of course, from gates open to last call at the end of the 7th inning. The $2.50 Coca-Colas, though, all throughout the game. That also part of the Thirsty Thursday, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Caldwell lined out to second his first time up. Hit sort of a soft topspin liner that Adrian Placencia just went to his right and made the catch on. Costu ahead of ball and 2 strikes here, looking to back up the Randy DeJesus solo homer with a 0. The 1-2. Caldwell pops it foul, third base side. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. And mentioned the lights are on here. It is another warm evening in the Tri-Cities. The heat cranking up here in early September. Supposed to cool on the weekend, the 1-2. Foul back, we'll do it again. Mentioned Caldwell. Youngest player in the Northwest League when he showed up, just 19 years old. Celebrated his birthday here at Kisa Stadium, and where else would you want to celebrate it? I celebrated my birthday at Kisa Stadium. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was 19 times 2 plus 3. The 1-2. Change up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'll let folks do the math. Hope I did the operations right as well. You could end up at a different number if you're not careful there. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. A foul tip on the changeup into the glove of Juan Flores. Strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Ryan Costu in the third, and 5 overall on the night. Costu starting to settle in. Zeros down the book column through 2.5. Tri-City 1, Hillsboro nothing. This is Dust Devils baseball. Heading to the bottom of the third, the Dust Devils 1, the Hops nothing. And it'll be the top of the order taking on Hillsboro starter Denny Larondo here in inning number 3. The first man, Anthony School, the center fielder, grounded out to short his first time up. And to follow him, the switch hitters, Capri Ortiz and Adrian Placencia, the middle infield, shortstop and second respectively. First pitch. Into the upper part of the zone, strike one. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Tri-City. The Randy DeJesus line drive solo homer to left center in the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. The 0-1. Top foul, first base side, 0-2. Really the hitting coming up in the second half for multiple players, a testament to the work of hitting coach Ray Willie Gomez. Hitters really didn't have confidence in the first half, starting to come through. The 0-2 foul back. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Minor league roving hitting instructor Phil Plantier has been with the team several times to assist the cause. Even former Dust Devils hitting coach Ryan Sever we saw for a few days earlier this season. Always good to see Sebi back here in the try. The 0-2. Fouled away, first base side. Still 0-2. To the man whose father was a great player in the Cuban National Series for Industriales and the major player of that league. Larondo coming set, working from a modified stretch, the 0-2. Hit in the air to left. Going back. And now curving just shy of the warning track is Slade Caldwell, the left fielder, and he makes the catch for the first out of the third. So Anthony School over 2. And that will bring up the shortstop, Capri Ortiz. 1-0 Dust Devils here in the third. Ortiz struck out swinging his first time up. First delivery. Ortiz a bunt, spinner third base side. It ends up foul toward the Hillsboro dugout. No balls and a strike. Quick Northwest League update. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning at PK Park in Eugene, and the Emeralds again out front of the Spokane Indians. 2-0 the score. Again going to the bottom of the 4th. Meanwhile, Rogers Field and at Bailey Stadium, bottom of the 1st inning. Vancouver leads Everett 1-0, still threatening with 2 outs. The 0-1. Ortiz pulls a grounder right side of the infield. Grabbed by Modefi Marte, tosses to a covering Larondo. Solid work defensively by both. And Ortiz is retired. 2 outs in the third. (3-1) the put out. And that will bring second baseman Adrian Placencia to the dish. Dust Devils 1, Hops nothing. Bases clear, 2 outs in the third. Ryan Costume worked to 1-2-3 top of the third. Denny Larondo trying to match him now on the bottom side. First pitch from the righty. Fastball in for strike 1. He's looked more comfortable in this inning as well. Had a first inning in which he threw more balls than strikes. Was close to half and half, but to the good in the second. And more efficient certainly in this third. The 0-1. Placencia, a spinning on a hop shot up the middle, but there to grab it is Anderson Rojas, the shortstop. His throw to first in time, and the inning is over. So it is 1-2-3 for the Dust Devils and for the Hops on the other side as well. And we make our way to the 4th with the score still Tri-City 1, Hillsboro nothing. And this still Dust Devils baseball with the Richland High Marching Band giving us some pep tonight. Tri-City 1, Hillsboro nothing. Moving to the fourth inning now here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. Ryan Costu goes back to work. So far, Ryan, 59 pitches, 40 for strikes. A little higher pitch counts in the first and second inning, brought it down to 13 in the third. Not only that, 11 of them were strikes, so that certainly helped matters. As Costume will start off the fourth inning by taking on second baseman Christopher Tureen. Tureen is the three-man, so it's the heart of the order for Hillsboro. Tureen, Angel Ortiz, and Hansel Luis. First pitch, Tureen, fly ball, hit in the air to center. Anthony School, in dusky conditions and hazy conditions, finding the ball and making the catch for out number one. It will be a challenge in this window tonight, maybe even more so than usual because of the haze. I don't know, maybe it's helpful. I'm not the one looking up into the sky. One pitch, one out in the fourth. Tureen 0 for 2. And here is Angel Ortiz, who struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch. Fastball just outside, 1-0. Mentioned Ortiz some power. Done some damage against Tri-City this year. Lefty hitter in the back of the box down there. The 1-0. That fouled away to the third base tunnel. Ball and a strike. Ortiz against Tri-City. 2 homers, 10 RBI, hit .224. 4 doubles and a triple, so he's made him count. Hansel Luis, another man who has had pretty big success against Tri-City this year. He waits on deck. The pitch. 1-1 grounder foul. First base side, 1-2. Ryan Costu was kind of hopping on his tiptoes there. Certainly a guy bringing a lot of energy to the mound. We've seen that throughout his time with the Dust Devils. The 1-2 change up, line into right center, and that'll fall in. A base hit for Angel Ortiz. Ortiz may have been waiting on that one there. And lines it over Adrian Placencia for the Hops' third hit of the night. Again, though, the 3 hits are the only 3 base runners for Hillsboro, and this has been something, and this helps every pitcher, I think you'd have to say, but when you don't walk guys or hit them, it really makes it hard to make the damage multiply. 1-0 Dust Devils in the fourth. First pitch to Hansel Luis. Change up inside, 1-0. Mentioned Luis coming into the game hitting .358 against Tri-City this year. Playing in is Mitchell Daly at third. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Strike one. Give you a Northwest League update. We're in the fourth, so let's let you know how the affiliates are doing. Unfortunately, Rocket City shut out tonight 3-0 by Knoxville. Salt Lake trails El Paso 3-2 bottom of the fifth in Salt Lake. Inland Empire Lake Elsinore a 1-1 tie in the fourth. The 1-1. That is low. Change up missing. 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned as well the parent club, the Los Angeles Angels, the Kansas City Royals came back. Solo homers by Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt Jr. giving Kansas City a 4-3 win over the Angels tonight. Halos still take the series 2-1. A salvage game for the Royals. The pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Diving stop. Placencia trying to flip it to second. And it ends up going kind of straight up instead of over to second. Everybody will be safe. I think that will end up an infield hit for Hansel Luis. We will see. Regardless, it is first and second, 1 out here on the fourth. So that will bring Modafi Marte to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Situation you were hoping to avoid. It is indeed a hit. Fourth of the day now for Hillsboro. Since he did a great job to get to it. First pitch. Marte takes a fastball low, 1 ball and no strikes. So Hillsboro threatening here in the 4th. And runners in scoring position in the first 2 innings, but that all. The 1-0. Breaking ball missing high, 2 balls and no strikes. Marte, the man who made it to scoring position in the 2nd via a double. And he hit on the fly off the wall in left field. So he has major power. His costume still in the stretch, the 2-0. Chopper on a hop to 3rd and over and through. Rounding 3rd and heading home, Angel Ortiz. He will score. Pulling into 3rd is Hansel Luis. RBI single, Modefi Marte. And we are tied 1-1 here in the 4th. Just a chopper on this fast playing infield. That got over Mitchell Daly. And the Hops are adept choppers of the baseball, and they have that experience from their own home park, Hillsboro Ballpark, a fast and lively turf there. Here's Anderson Rojas, first pitch of the shortstop, a swing and a miss and a changeup, 0-1. So big moments here for Ryan Costers. The infield in now for Tri-City with 1 out. And a 1-1 tie. Pickoff throw over to first, thrown sharply over. Marte back safely. 3 hits in a row here for the Hops in the 4th. And for Modefi Marte, by the way, RBI number 27 moments ago to tie the ball game. The 0-1, a bunt attempt, a squeeze attempt, and ends up foul on the first base side, 0-2. Luis kind of a later break to the plate. Don't think it was a safety squeeze, though. We've certainly seen both teams be active in the first 2+ games of this series. Try to steal bases, maybe trying to steal runs. Pickoff throw over, back safely again, Modefi Marte. This burst of hits, though, for the Hops, continuing to drive up Ryan Costu's pitch count. He's about to throw number 74 of the night. Here it is. Rojas, fly ball to center. Going back on it, Anthony School. Still going back, and he makes the catch. Tagging from 3rd and scoring is Hansel Luis, and Hillsboro leads 2-1 here in the 4th. So a sacrifice fly for Anderson Rojas. That was one, too, where School thought he was on it and then realized quickly he had to get further back. And he ends up making the catch, but no way to get behind it and try to make a throw. That said, I think it would have been difficult anyway. Here is catcher Jeremiah Boyd. First pitch to the righty. Fastball poured in, strike 1. On the sac fly for Anderson Rojas, RBI number 38 on the season. And Hillsboro in front now. Tri-City going to have to hit the comeback trail again. 0-1. Foul back into the netting, 0-2. Line scores now 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. 1 run, 1 hit, no error for Tri-City. That the solo homer by Randy DeJesus in the 2nd. As Jeremiah Boyd calls time. Knocks the clay out of his cleats with the bat, and now back in. Righty against righty. Modefi Marte still at first. Short lead there. The 0-2. Had a chopper foul, 3rd base side. We'll see what the pitch count is on Costu tonight. And in all likelihood, this is his final start of 2025, unless he were to maybe perhaps make his way to Rocket City and make a start for the Trash Pandas. And the Double-A season goes a little while longer after this high A year. The 0-2 is inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Same of Single A down in the California League. They will end the regular season Sunday as well. Then into their 2-phase playoff setup. And the Inland Empire 66ers will be part of that as the South Division champions in the 2nd half. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Costu gets him with the changeup, and the inning is over. Strikeout number 6 for Costu. 2 runs, though, for Hillsboro, and they have the lead. 3 hits, no errors, and a man is left. Through 3.5. The Hops 2, the Dust Devils 1. This is Dust Devils baseball. The Hops 2, the Dust Devils 1. As the skies get dark here in the Tri-Cities. Jenny LaRonda will work with the lead for the first time tonight. And Rio Foster will be the first man to take him on with that lead. It was 1-0 Tri-City going to the top of the 4th, but Hillsboro with 2 runs in the frame, taking the lead in the 4th. Foster flew out to deep left center his first time up. First pitch for LaRonda. Slider, and it's in, 0-1. And 1 a month for Rio. Player of the month of the Northwest League, a well-earned honor. 7 homers in the month of August, 10 on the year, the 0-1. Fly ball hit to right center. Going over on the run and trying to grab it and unable to grab it is the right fielder. And Rio Foster has himself another double. Now, Foster will grab the double. And now I am curious as to whether or not there was an outfield switch. I believe Angel Ortiz is in left field and Slade Caldwell is in right. I don't know when that happened. I don't think it happened before the game, but the corner outfielders have switched here. Here's Randy DeJesus. First pitch, a fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. I noticed because the man going after the ball in right center field was not Angel Ortiz. So I wasn't sure what had happened there. So we'll have to suss that out. More importantly, Foster with another double on the board. The 1-0 fastball in there from LaRonda for strike 1. But I'm pretty sure they started that way. Now I'm going to have to go back in the video and watch. The 1-1 slider pulled foul, third base side, 1-2. Yeah, Slade Caldwell started as the left fielder. Angel Ortiz is the right fielder. And now they are in the opposite corners. Life is full of mysteries. In baseball, the more mysterious game than most. 1-2 the count. The pitch to DeJesus. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with that slider. DeJesus homered his first time up. He strikes out in this at bat. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Tri-City trailing 2-1, but the potential tying run standing out at second with 1 out. Here is catcher Juan Flores. First delivery coming here to the Dust Devils backstop. Inside, backing Flores off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes, and now catcher Jeremiah Boyd is going to come out to the mound and have a word with LaRondo, just making sure that things are on the up and up level-wise. Flores walked his last time up and then was out in kind of a strange play, a pop-up near first, to which he is ruled, or was ruled, to have interfered with first baseman Modefi Marte's attempt to make the play. So it was runner's interference. Caleb Pendleton, who hit the ball, was safe at first. The 1-0 fastball poured in, strike one. Juan Flores has come through with some big hits and some big moments in the Spokane series, twice in 3 games. The 1-1. Flores high in the air, deep to left. Going back on Ortiz to the track, to the wall, gone! A 2-run homer for Juan Flores, and the Dust Devils take the lead right back. Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Juan Flores. Homer number 10, RBI total to 39. Foster and Flores combining to give Tri-City the advantage again. That gets the crowd to its feet. Second home run of the night for Tri-City. We mentioned there's a strong disparity. First pitch to Mitchell Daly. Fastball missing, 1 ball and no strikes. Daly struck out looking his first time up. The 1-0. In is low. 2 balls and no strikes. We do have the stats on the homer. By the way, it looks as though, checking the video, I think actually it has been Ortiz in left, Caldwell in right all game. The 2-0. Breaking ball taken for a strike, 2-1. I just went back and watched the video of the final out of the first inning. And it looks like it's on El Ortiz in left field when that happens. The 2-1. Foul tipped at the plate into the glove. Strike 2. As it backs up. Yep. Full-length pants for the left fielder. And Caldwell is a man of stirrup socks. Just a little CSI Dust Devils baseball for you tonight. Although no crimes involved here. We're just trying to get the info right. 2-2 the count to Daly. 3-2 Dust Devils in the 4th. And the pitch. And there's a slider outside. It's the count full 3-2. Caleb Pendleton waiting on deck. Just went out in the inning, so we'll see him regardless of what happens here. Infield is playing Daly to pull, playing back the 3-2. Fouled straight back. So we'll do it again, 3-2. The new fence here, the dimensions at Giesa Stadium, have certainly altered the home run calculus. The batter's eye, I think, has had more of an effect, really, than anybody realized at the time. The 3-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. And down looking a second time is Mitchell Daly. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dust Devils 3, Hops 2. By the way, the stats on the Juan Flores homer: 97 miles an hour off the bat, 382 feet out to left field. Here's Caleb Pendleton, first pitch. Fouled straight back, 0-1. Of course, Caleb had one of the great moments of this 2025 season for Tri-City against Hillsboro in the series in June, his first at bat, really of any consequence since spring training. The 0-1. Missing low. Can't even hit a ball and a strike. As we've talked about, Caleb, from the end of spring training into May, was working as a relief pitcher down in Arizona in the Complex League. The 1-1. Fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike. Then he was asked to go back to catching. Was in Salt Lake, assisting the bullpen cause there, it seemed. And it seemed like he was lined up to do the same here. And then manager Dan Bellardello wanted to get him an AB with 2 men on. The 2-1. Slider in. Strike 2. And he got a 2-2 fastball and sent it high and deep over the old wall in left for a pinch hit 3-run homer. Capper of a wonderful night. A 14-5 Dust Devils win as part of that 6-game sweep. The 2-2. Pendleton socks a liner just over a leaping Anderson Rojas and into left field. 2-out single for Caleb Pendleton. That was hit on the screws. So the inning will continue. 3rd hit of the inning for the Dust Devils. And Dario Liberde, the designated hitter, will step up. It looks like things are starting to mull about a little bit in the Hillsboro pen now. And Tyler Mark, the Hillsboro pitching coach, is going to go out to the mound to have a word with Larondo and also to let that work begin down the left field line. As the meeting on the mound over, we are informed it is right-hander Daniel Nunez, who was for a decent while in the rotation for Hillsboro. He is throwing in the bullpen now for the Hops. Certainly Tyler Mark Reed and crew hoping that Larondo can get through the 4th and then maybe have the bullpen work from there. Again, Dario Liberde, the DH at the plate. 3-2 Dust Devils in the 4th. First pitch to Dario, low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Caleb Pendleton, I would say not a threat to steal. Pickoff throw over to first. Back safely is Caleb. Caleb, no steals, no attempts this year. But there's a first time for everything. We're getting near the end of the year. The pitch home. Liberde high in the air to center. Playable though. Drew Jones to his right, a little in now. Parks underneath and makes the catch to end the inning. So that will close things out, but the Dust Devils doing damage. 2-run homer by Juan Flores after a Rio Foster double. 2 runs on the board, and the Dust Devils back in front. 2 runs, 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. Through 4, Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. Michael Angel, the 2024 Northwest League Groundskeeper of the Year, and his crew dragging the infield. Eric the Peanut Guy giving them a salute. So we'll get going on the 5th inning now with the Dust Devils leading the Hops by a score of 3-2. And Ryan Costu now 3 outs away from being the pitcher of record to the good. Third baseman Ruben Santana will be the leadoff man. He the 9 man in Mark Reed's order. First pitch from Costu. Pulled on the ground, a short. Backhanded by Capri Ortiz. He sets and throws. 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Helpful to the cause for Costu. Santana 0 for 2. Flew out to right center his first time up. As Ryan Costu now at 80 pitches, 55 strikes. And Drew Jones, the center fielder, up. First pitch, slider in, 0-1. Jones, a single and a strikeout, 1 for 2 tonight, the 0-1. Changeup pulled on the ground to third, foul. Barehanded by bench coach Ronald Ramirez. Solid defense, he'll flip it into the seats to a young fan or to the grassy area over there. Is Dusty's dash getting lined up to go. I wonder, I'm starting to see some movement. Wondering if our friends from the Richland Marching Band are going to do Dusty's dash tonight with their instruments. We'll see. The 0-2. Low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Jones really on the line there. Crowding the plate, the 1-2. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both he and Christopher Tureen doing that more than they were start of the year. And talking with voice of the Hops, Rich Burke, Matt Rickert, one of the voices of the Hops as well, joining in for the rest of the series. And it has helped him at the plate. The 2-2 fouled down the third baseline on the ground toward the Hops bullpen. So the count still 2-2. And would think this is a situation where Ryan Costu will be able to empty the tank tonight. Nothing crazy, but would be full go start-wise. The 2-2 foul back off the railing. Bouncing out toward first baseman Caleb Pendleton. Still 2-2. This guy's pretty well dark here now in the Columbia Basin. The pitch. Popped foul again, this time first base side, now to play. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Tri-City. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. Both teams trying to grab the series lead. Again, the 2-2. Jones, little check swing back to Costu. He fields it, he'll underhand toss it to Caleb Pendleton at first for the out. 2 down. That will bring up, let's be clear on this, right fielder Slade Caldwell. And he has been the right fielder the entire game. Two outs in the 5th, 3-2 Tri-City. Bases empty. First pitch, Caldwell takes a fastball a little low and maybe inside. 1-0. As the infield geared up the middle, Capri Ortiz almost behind second. The 1-0, big cut and a miss. A ball and a strike. Caldwell 0 for 2. He's lined out to second, struck out swinging. Caldwell listed at 5'9", 182. Does seem to have some power, though. He's not at a homer yet at the high level. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. Does have 15 doubles and a triple, though. Hitting .237 coming into the game in 63 contests. Basically been here for the second half. But seems like there is power there. The 2-1. Taken top of the zone, strike 2. The count even to Caldwell. I think Slade thought it may have been a bit high. We actually met one of Slade Caldwell's good buddies from Jonesboro, Arkansas, when Ben Hill was here on Ben Hill Night. His video man, apparently from Jonesboro, Arkansas, and knows Caldwell and his family well. At least he claimed that, the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip back in and out of the glove of Juan Flores. The count stays at 2-2. Again, I could not verify that information, but it seemed trustworthy to me. But of course, I got earlier this year, Ryan Costy's father, the police chief of Moraga, California, intended to retire last year and didn't. The 2-2. Fly ball, left field line. Rio Foster going over into foul territory. Got a beat on it, sliding attempt, and he's got it. Another great defensive play by Rio Foster, the man of the moment for the Dust Devils. Sliding in the bullpen area, he grabs it in foul ground to end the inning. Great play by Rio. The inning is over. 1-2-3, go the Hops. Here in the fifth, and Ryan Costu is the pitcher of record to the good. Zeros down the book column. This game official now as we go to the bottom of the fifth. The score, Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. Dust Devils 3, Hops 2. Heading to the bottom of the fifth inning, and the top of the order will take on right-hander Denny Larondo, who had some bullpen work behind him to end the fourth inning. And ultimately able to continue on here and trying to get through 5 or something like it. First pitch to School. In there. Lower in the zone. No balls and a strike. A rare night for Anthony, it seems, of late. He's 0 for 2 so far. He's grounded out to short and flown out to left. 3 hits last night. A torrid pace at the plate of late, the 0-1. School on a hop right back to Denny Larondo, who grabs it, kind of has a look at School, and then flips it to first for out number 1. I don't think there's any history there. That may have been 2 guys who sort of know each other, just having a little fun there. One out in the fifth. Capri Ortiz, the shortstop, up now. He 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Larondo. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. A strikeout swinging for Ortiz his first time up. His last time up, he had a grounder to the right of first baseman Modefi Marte. He handled it and flipped it to covering Larondo for the out. The 1-0. Ortiz pops it foul. Third base side, out of play. The count even at a ball and a strike. No action yet in the Tri-City bullpen. Ryan Costu through 5 innings, 94 pitches. But again, this is his last start of the year in all likelihood, so he may have a little extra to work with, or at least to start the 6th inning anyway. The 1-1. It's high, 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned a warm and hazy evening in the Tri-Cities. We've had really 3 of those in a row. Not quite as warm today due to the haze and smoke, though. First pitch only ended up in the upper 80s. The 2-1. That's foul. First base side off the padding in front of the Equipment Share bullpen down the first baseline. 2-2 the count. The humidity is definitely higher, though. We are feeling that right now. It has risen significantly in the last hour or so. At least if the equipment out at Tri-Cities Airport is right, and it's important that it is. The 2-2. Fastball outside. 3-2. So a little sticky, but thankfully not nearly as warm now. If we had the relative humidity posted last out at Tri-Cities Airport with the upper 80s, it would be pretty miserable out here right now. It is not that. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. So Capri Ortiz will make his way down to first, aboard for the first time tonight. So at bare minimum, a now 7-game on base streak for Ortiz. He'll look to make it a hit streak at his next opportunity. And again, the team's best base stealer aboard. With one out in the 5th. 3-2, Tri-City in front. Throw over to first, back safely as Ortiz. Word is out. People are aware Capri Ortiz can steal bases to the tune of 26 this year. He's been caught only 5 times. First pitch. Adrian Placencia taking it missing high. 1-0. Looks like Daniel Nunez, who was throwing in the 4th, is picked up again in the 5th. Looks to be the same man out there for the Hops. Ortiz a pretty healthy lead now. He goes, the pitch. Low and outside, and that ball ended up in and out of the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. An easy stolen base, number 27 for Capri Ortiz. Really probably had it more off Lorondo. So Ortiz in scoring position with one out of the 5th. Mentioned that there's action in the Hillsboro bullpen. There is also action in the Tri-City bullpen. Looks like righty Yendi Gomez beginning to throw now for the Dust Devils. His backing for costume. As time called. Everything reset there. It is indeed Daniel Nunez, who is throwing again for Hillsboro down the left field line. The 2-0. Slider low and outside, ball 3. So would think that the end of the line for Lorondo is probably near. He's thrown now 75 pitches, 45 for strikes. The 3-0. Placencia lines one into right field. Ortiz initially went back towards second as it was hit on a line. The throw almost getting away. Ortiz had to scramble back to the bag, but if Lorondo hadn't gotten it, he would have scored. So Capri up to third. Single for Adrian Placencia aboard a second time tonight. And it's sharply through the right side. And Rio Foster comes up with 2 on and 1 out here in the 5th. The runners on the corners here. Foster a double and a run scored in the first, or should say 4th, his last time up. Deep fly out of the first, 1 for 2. First pitch, runner bluffs from first, and it comes in low, 1 ball and no strikes. Placencia took 2 or 3 steps toward first, seeing if maybe he could distract Jeremiah Boyd enough to have the ball either bounce out of his glove or have him miss it and get to the backstop to get Ortiz home. See if he does that again here. 1-0 count. He doesn't. The pitch. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Both teams now 5 hits, no errors. The run column the only difference. 3-2 Tri-City. Yeah, both bullpens sort of in action, sort of stopped a little too. The 2-0. Foster lines one, left center. That's going to get down. On a hop in front of Anel Ortiz. Scoring from third, Capri Ortiz. It is 4-2 Tri-City. And Rio Foster's got himself yet another RBI, his 40th of the year. And with that, manager Mark Reed out of the dugout for Hillsboro. As Placencia getting to second on the RBI single by Foster. And that will do it for the right-hand starter for the Hops this evening. So we will have a pitching change with righty Daniel Nunez stepping in for Hillsboro. Still just one out of the fifth, a run in and runners at first and second with the score now. Tri-City 4, Hillsboro 2. You're listening to Dust Devils Baseball and you're watching it too. The Dust Devils 4, the Hops 2. Runners at first and second with one out. And right-hander Daniel Nunez taking over for the Hillsboro Hops. Nunez on the year, 5-5, a 6.72 ERA. This is his 24th outing and 9th out of the bullpen. He's been hit a little bit. Northwest League hitters have hit 300 against him for the season. Randy DeJesus stepping in as Nunez steps off. Denny Larondo done after 4 1/3 innings. So far, 4 runs earned on 6 hits, but the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Pitch. Off speed and inside, 1-0. Got in between on base and on board there. So 4 runs earned. It could be as many as 6 runs, and the earned or unearned would depend on how the inning plays out. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 79 pitches, 47 for strikes, the 1-0. That inside, and it missed DeJesus apparently, and it bounced away from Jeremiah Boyd. The runners move up. Would have to think that that would be a wild pitch. We'll wait on the official thought there, but that seemed well off. And now Daniel Nunez and Jeremiah Boyd comparing notes here. That conversation over now. Something we've talked about as well with Dan Billardello this year. This team has had an affinity, the Tri-City Dust Devils, for playing a lot of close games. As the infield in now for Hillsboro. 2-0 the count, the pitch. Fastball outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Where they haven't really been out of hardly any game this year, but they've also not really given themselves an easy win. The 2025 Tri-City Dust Devils have been a team that has needed to do it the hard way for whatever reason. The 3-0. That is outside, a 4-pitch walk to Randy DeJesus. And so the bases are loaded with 1 out. DeJesus aboard a second time. His first, though, a solo homer. Speaking of homers, the man who last time up gave Tri-City the lead that they've added to now with a 2-run shot in the 4th is back at the plate with the bases loaded. Tri-City 4, Hillsboro 2. You got Placencia at third, Foster at second, DeJesus at first with 1 out. And Juan Flores at the dish. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And it went 382 feet out to left for Flores' 10th home run of the year. Nunez set the 0-1. Fastball, top of the zone, strike two. So Nunez getting out in front here. And the right-hander of Merida in the state of Yucatan in the Mexico, the peninsula, of course. Southeastern portion of the country. The 0-2. Low and outside, laying off it was Flores. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And stepping out briefly was Flores. Back in now. The pitch. A breaking ball coming in high. Never snapped down. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Flores on the ground to second. Tureen to second for 1. The throw to first. Marte wasn't at the bag. The throw wild. Plasencia scores. Foster in behind. Flores will move to second. There's nobody over there. And it is 6-2 Tri-City. That was very nearly an inning-ending double play, and instead Tri-City gets 2 runs out of it. So it ends up a fielder's choice 4-6. And that retired to Jesus at second. But then the throwing error, not only advancing Flores to second, but scoring 2 it ended up being. As Mitchell Daly in first pitch to him, taken for a strike, 0-1. So it ends up 6 runs given up for Denny Larondo, but the earned run consideration will still be in question here. The 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 2. The rest of the inning has to play out. Should say, beg your pardon, with 2 outs. So if Daniel Nunez gets this out here, I believe both runs will end up unearned to Larondo. Tri-City, though, they count the same. And the Dust Devils lead by 4 now. The 0-2. Daly takes it top of the zone, a called strike 3, and the inning is over. But Tri-City will take 2 runs gladly. They get those 2 runs, 2 hits. There was a very costly throwing error, and in the end, 1 man is left. Dusty's Dash on the go. Enjoy the sprint, kids of all ages. I don't see any instruments, but definitely members of the Richland High Marching Band making the sprint across the field. Thanks to them for coming out. And again, enjoy the sprint, kids of all ages. We go to the 6th, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. The 6th inning upcoming at Giza Stadium. The Tri-City Dust Devils 6, the Hillsboro Hops 2. And Ryan Costu will come out to at least begin a 6th inning of work. There is action in the bullpen behind him. Looks like right-hander Yendy Gomez throwing for Tri-City. You're continuing to. And this the likely last start of the year for Acosta, so maybe a little bit more room with which to work. Christopher Tureen, first man to face him. First pitch, a breaking ball missing high. 1 ball and no strikes. That was pitch number 95 for Costu. He has thrown 65 strikes. The 1-0 hit in the air, pretty deep to center. School showing his number, running back, cannot make the play. It bounces on the warning track. Tureen will pull into second with a double. That one scorched off the bat of Christopher Tureen. An extra base hit for him to lead off the 6th. For Tureen, by the way, that double, number 22 on the year. He 1 for 3. That is first hit of the night. And left fielder Anel Ortiz will come to the plate. Ortiz singled and scored in a 2-run 4th that gave Hillsboro a 3-2 lead at the time. Tri-City has scored, I should say, 2-1 lead. 5 unanswered runs since. As the first pitch in low, 1 ball and no strikes. Ortiz also a strikeout. Ryan Costu, 6 strikeouts on the evening. The 1-0 just outside. 2 balls and no strikes. So you do wonder how long Costu will have here, especially if he runs into trouble. Definitely would not think Dan Billardello would let him get in a position where he could end up losing this ball game. Certainly not. The 2-0. Ortiz, fly ball, left field, fairly deep. Going back, Rio Foster again in foul ground. He makes the catch. Tagging from second, Christopher Tureen. Throw to third. Close play, but Tureen able to slide in and hang on to the bag. He tags up. 1 out in the 6th. As Foster had to stop, he was off balance and still made that play interesting. 1 out in the 6th. 6-2 Dust Devils. Tureen at third. And Tri-City will play back, except for Mitchell Daly, who will play at the edge of the grass just to keep Tureen a little closer. First pitch to Luis, fouled back, 0-1. Davey Marte, 2 for 2, lurking on deck for Hillsboro. But it seems as though Dan Billardello is trying to let Costu get through 6 maybe here. The 0-1, change up low, knocked down by Juan Flores. A ball and a strike. Last time up, Luis hit a hard grounder to second. Adrian Placencia made a great diving play on it, but then tried to flip it to Capri Ortiz at second and flipped it straight up. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. So he was credited with an infield single. He has also popped out to third baseman Mitchell Daly. Costu set the 1-2. Fastball just inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count is even to the switch hitting second baseman. The pitch. On a hop, Costu has it. Thought about throwing home, decided against. He'll flip it to first for the out. Tureen scores, and it's now Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 3. I think it's fair to say that Ryan Costu is a stubborn competitor out there on the mound. He gave a brief but serious thought to throwing home and trying to cut down the run, but he did have the sure out at first and gets it instead. 2 outs and the base is empty. A run in, 6-3 to the Dust Devils in the 6th. First pitch to Davey Marte is a slider missing low, 1-0. So 1-3 is the ground out. Give Hansel Luis an RBI on the play. The 1-0. Marte, fly ball to right. Randy DeJesus going back, reaches up just shy of the warning track and makes the catch to end the inning. That is probably it for Costu tonight. And if so, it is a quality start to complete the 2025 season. A run for Hillsboro on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. Through 5.5 here in Pasco, the score, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 3. This is Dust Devils baseball. First baseman Caleb Pendleton will step in to lead things off against right-hander Daniel Nunez. He continues on for a clean inning of relief. First pitch. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. Pendleton a single his last time up, a hard liner into left center. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count even and a ball and a strike. The pitcher Nunez popped in the air, first base side. That is foul out of play. 1-2. We do have the attendance puzzle tonight, too, by the way, from President and glorious leader of the Dust Devils, Darrell Liebert. 2 NFL players, I believe 2 Hall of Famers, or 1 Hall of Famer, 1 Hall of Very Good. The 1-2, a fastball missing, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joe Montana, and there's no modifiers. That would tell me Joe Montana from his days with the San Francisco 49ers. And Hines Ward, the career Pittsburgh Steeler. Joe Montana, Hines Ward, the puzzle tonight, the 2-2. Pendleton, grounder on 2 hops. Diving stop at third by Ruben Santana. Throw to first. Pulls Marte off the bag. And Caleb Pendleton's got himself a second hit tonight. If not for Santana's play, though, that's probably extra bases for Pendleton. So solid work there. Infield hit down the third base line for Caleb Pendleton. And that'll bring Dario Laverde to the plate. 6-3 Dust Devils. First pitch to the lefty. Misses high, 1 ball and no strikes. 5 runs in the last 2 innings for the Dust Devils. Turning around a 2-1 deficit. Building it into currently a 3-run lead. The pitch. Off speed and in there. So it says 2-0 on the board. Count, I believe, even at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1. Change up again in there. So 1-2 the count is time called by Laverde. So a 2-strike count. Nunez ready. Glove high in the stretch. And the 1-2. Valverde, fly ball, shallow left field. Getting out to mid-depth now. Foul ground, left fielder Anel Ortiz over. And he makes the catch just at the edge of the warning track and foul ground for the first out. And Caleb Pendleton will ultimately hold it first. So 1 out in the 6th. Valverde 0 for 3 tonight. And Anthony School, the center fielder, will come up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 groundouts and a flyout. Caleb Pendleton has not stolen a base this year. See if he tries. First pitch. School thought about bunting, and the pitch ends up going back to the backstop. That will allow Pendleton to move up to second. We'll see if that ends up. Wild pitch or pass ball. Would probably lean pass ball there. Not sure though. 1-0 the count. And again, Pendleton in scoring position. Nunez set. And the 1-0. School, little flip it to left center. That's going to get down. Rounding third and heading home is Caleb Pendleton. The throw will come to second. RBI single, Anthony School. 7-3 Dust Devils. So Pendleton advancing, gets him in a position, and Anthony School delivers with his first hit of the night. Just an easy service out of the left center. And the Dust Devil lead again is 4. For School, that RBI number 45 on the year. And Capri Ortiz will step up. He walked and scored in the 3-run 5th. First pitch. It's low, 1 ball and no strikes. A win by the Dust Devils tonight would clinch the season series between the two teams. The 1-0. Ortiz thought about a bunt, fouled it back. In and out of the glove of Jeremiah Boyd, a ball and a strike. It does seem very clear that the Dust Devils are using the bunt or the threat of a bunt to try to throw off Jeremiah Boyd behind home plate tonight. And it's not been an uncommon thing to see in the Northwest League, depending on the catcher. People have tried to do it to the Dust Devils at points this year as well, just trying to make things more difficult behind home plate. See if you can get an extra base out of it for a runner. The 1-1 instead of throw over to first. Back safely is Anthony School. Now 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Dust Devils. 3 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Hops. And a costly one at that, throwing error that allowed 2 runs to score in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ortiz tried to stop, but went well through. 1-2. 0 for 2 outside of the walk in the 5th. Stolen base as well. His 27th of the year. Infield playing up the middle for the double play. As time called by Jeremiah Boyd at home plate. As the pitch clock was running low on Daniel Nunez. Yendy Gomez looks warm and ready to go down the right field line. Ryan Costu getting through 6 innings. That probably it for him. A little bit of a delay at home plate. And now Boyd ready to go. Again, the count, a ball and 2 strikes to Capri Ortiz. 1 out, bottom of the 6th, the run in. Anthony School at first, 7-3 Tri-City. The 1-2. Ortiz socks a liner foul. Pulled the hands in and sent it down the right field line into the Tri-City bullpen, but could not keep it fair. The 1-2. Fastball in there, strike 3. Ortiz down looking. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Dust Devils 7, Hops 3. Again, School aboard at first via his RBI single moments ago. And Adrian Placencia, the second baseman, will stand in. 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. A single and a run scored in the 5th. He was the first run to score on the play that had the throwing error. Of note, though, there was an RBI for Juan Flores in that play. First pitch, low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Because the double play is not assumed that a fielder's choice for Flores. The bases were loaded, so Placencia was coming in. He scores, and Flores gets that RBI. Rio Foster, who scored behind, no RBI on that. The 1-0 popped high in the air, almost straight up. Jeremiah Boyd, the catcher, coming into the upper box, is not far. As it hits a chair, almost bounces into our box, and then ends up back a few rows down. That took a spinning deflection. Hopefully everybody okay. A crew of folks came to attend to a possible foul ball striking a fan, but everybody good. The 1-1. Placencia takes change up at the top of the zone, strike 2. So Nunez out in front. If Placencia reaches, Rio Foster waits on deck. It's time called for a moment. And now back we go. Tri-City up 4 here in the 6th. The 1-2. Placencia high in the air to left. Pretty deep, but going to stay in the yard. Coming in on it now to his right is Anel Ortiz, the left fielder. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Tri-City, though, gets another run. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left here in the 6th. So we go to the 7th with the score, Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 3. And again, we're very glad you're here for Dust Devils Baseball tonight in the MILB zone of Bally Sports Live, DustDevilsBaseball.com, the MILB app. And those are all the places, are they not? Yendy Gomez taking over for the Tri-City Dust Devils. Ryan Costu done after 6 pretty good innings tonight. First pitch from Yendy. Fastball popped in the air to left by Anderson Rojas, the shortstop. In shallow left, Rio Foster makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 7th. Final line for Costu, 6 innings. He gives up 6 hits, 3 runs. The runs earned. It is a quality start for Costu to complete his 2025 campaign. No walks, 6 strikeouts. A second straight outing. No free passes for Costu. Here's Jeremiah Boyd. The catcher takes a fastball for a strike 0-1. Also a season high, 106 pitches, 71 strikes for Costu. The 0-1 outside, a ball and a strike. And so Ryan in line for his 7th win of the year. If the Dust Devils are able to get this one home with the lead the rest of the way, Costi would end up with an even 7-7 record. The 1-1. Liner flipped into right, and Jeremiah Boyd sends a 1-out single out into right. Nifty piece of hitting there. So Boyd a hit. Now 1 for 3. And the 9-man, third baseman Ruben Santana will step up. Dust Devils 7, Hops 3. 1 out, 1 on here in the 7th. First pitch. Santana takes it inside, 1-0. Third baseman is flown out to right and grounded out to short. The 1-0. Santana, a little flip out into center, going out to it and making the catch is Adrian Plasencia. As Plasencia tried to drop it and turn the double play. But that has been a point of emphasis this year, at least in minor league baseball, and I believe in Major League Baseball. You're no longer allowed to try to drop a ball like that and try to turn a double play. They just ruled the play dead and the catch made. So that is an L4, caught by Plasencia up the middle. 2 outs here in the 7th. Drew Jones, the center fielder, up. First pitch, low, maybe more inside, 1-0. Boyd over at first. The 1-0. It is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Jeremiah Boyd, no steals, no attempts. This is 8th game with the Hops. Gomez set the 2-0. Low and inside. Or outside, make it ball 3. Gomez came into the night with an 0-2 record, an ERA of 14.29 in 4 outings. 2 very rough outings to start his IA career. He's been good in 2 outings since. The 3-0. That's taken for a strike, 3-1. If Jones reaches, right fielder Slade Caldwell would come up. The 3-1. Fastball, strike 2. Yeah, it's a combined 3 scoreless innings for Yendy Gomez in his last 2 outings, including Tuesday night. 2 scoreless in that contest. Full count pitch and 2 outs. Jeremiah Boyd will be on the go. Yes. Yeah, it's a balk ultimately because Caleb Pendleton was moving away from first. Or is it? Let's see. Umpires are going to confer here. Normally, I think in that situation, you're not allowed to fake a throw that direction. And Caleb Pendleton was moving away from the bag. And home plate umpire tonight, Dominic Romero, Emmanuel Perez on the bases, and those two trying to clear that up. And I think ultimately they're going to say no balk. Yeah. So they will, and Boyd now reset at first. Pendleton will stay behind, and Boyd will go on the pitch. 7-3 Tri-City in the 7th. Dust Devils an out from the stretch. The pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. So instead, Jones will walk, and it's 2 on with 2 out for Hillsboro here in the 7th. That'll bring Slade Caldwell, the right fielder, to the plate. Caldwell is 0 for 3. Last time up, hit a fly ball down the left field line that Rio Foster made a great sliding play on in the Hillsboro bullpen area at the end of the 5th inning. Gomez set the pitch. Fastball in there, 0-1. 7-3 Dust Devils here in the 7th, but obviously a hit to the gap or down the line with Drew Jones' great speed at first to make it a 2-run game. Hops by no means out of this. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That handcuffed Caldwell. We saw Yendy Gomez in that outing in Spokane break 3 bats in a span of 2 batters. He can really come up with that pitch heavy, weighing on the hands and the bats. The 0-2. Cutter just missing. Close to the outside corner in the lower part of the zone. 1-2. Boyd at second, Jones at first. Defense playing behind both. The 1-2. Caldwell swings and misses. Strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove of Juan Flores. First strikeout of the night for Yendy Gomez. Closes out the top of the 7th. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left. And it is time for us to stretch here at Kisa Stadium. We'll limber up. We'll be taken out to the ball game, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the score. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 3. This is Dust Devils baseball. We have stretched. We have been taken out to the ball game, and it is now the bottom of the 7th inning with Tri-City leading Hillsboro 7-3, and a new man on the mound for the Hops, a left-hander at that. First pitch coming in, it's a breaking ball missing high. That is lefty Grayson Hitt out there. Lefty who pitched collegiately at the University of Alabama. A 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes. I'm sure many have made some sort of clever saying about a pitcher being named Hit. I will not. 2-0 the count to Rio Foster. 2 for 3 night for Rio. The 2-0 fastball outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Hit 0-1, a 6.23 ERA, just 2 outings for Hillsboro. 4 and a third innings, 6 runs, only 3 earned on 3 hits. And a bit wild, 7 free passes to 4 strikeouts. The 3-0 is inside, and the first 4 miss. And so Rio Foster takes a walk and reaches base a 3rd consecutive time, because that's just what Rio does these days. If you don't give him something to hit, he'll just make his way to first. And Randy DeJesus will come to the plate. 7-3 Tri-City. Dust Devils trying to take the series lead, grab season win number 61. First pitch from it. Outside, 1-0. Hit 6'3", 210 pounds, originally from Germantown, Tennessee. Grew up in Tennessee, but played collegiately in Alabama. I'm sure that was a controversial decision in the family. The 1-0. Low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. You can't control who recruits you, though. Had a 4th round 2023 draft pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just coming to the Hops last week. The 2-0. It's low. 3 balls and no strikes. That is 7 in a row missing the zone from hit. Short lead at first for Foster with a lefty on the mound, the 3-0. It's inside, ball 4. That is 8 straight outside the zone. So 2 on, nobody out, and pitching coach Tyler Mark very quickly out of the dugout to have a word with Grayson hitting the entire infield. And folks just going to try to encourage the young lefty here to get things back going. He's a 4th round 2023 pick. In that year, even though he was injured in April 2023, had to have Tommy John surgery. So this is his 2nd year of pro ball. Grayson, his middle name. And was a star 2-sport athlete at Houston High School in Germantown, Tennessee. Not only a star baseball player, but played football, receiver, and free safety. And holds the high school single season and career record for receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. But baseball, the pro path for Grayson Hitt. Hitt works for a football player as well, especially a free safety. That aligns even better. Juan Flores up, 2 on, nobody out, 7-3 Dust Devils. First pitch to him, breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. So Hitt on the board. Juan Flores, 3 RBI this evening. 2-run homer in the 4th. The 0-1 outside. Ball and a strike. So he walked in the 2nd. 2-run homer in the 4th. Fielder's choice RBI in the 5th. The 1-1. Fastball in there. Inner half, 1-2. So hit out in front here. Foster at second to Jesus at first, both with decent leads. The 1-2. Flores able to just get a piece of a slider. Keep his AB going. Still a ball on 2 strikes. Really had it going in single A Visalia for about 5 weeks or so before his call-up. Basically from the All-Star break on. 10 outings, an ERA of 1.06, the 1-2. Breaking ball in there, strike 3. Juan Flores is caught looking. First strikeout for Grayson Hitt tonight. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. 7-3 Tri-City leading, and runners at first and second for third baseman Mitchell Daly. Mitchell Daly, 3 strikeouts tonight, all looking. As Hitt checking Foster, the pitch. Daly on the ground, 2 short. They go to second for 1. Little toe tap move from Christopher Tureen, and then Modepi Marte making the catch. It's a double play, and the inning's over. So the Hops get out of trouble. Grayson Hitt after 8 balls in a row. A strikeout and a double play later, no trouble at all. 6-4-3 is the double play, and the inning ends. No runs, no hits. No errors, and a man left. And we go to the 8th. 7-3, Dust Devils in front. This is Dust Devils baseball. To the 8th inning here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 3. And Yendi Gomez will begin a second inning of relief work. Two scoreless for him Tuesday night. Trying to make it 2 scoreless here Thursday night. Set the table for someone else probably to take on the ninth. Second baseman Christopher Tureen will be the leadoff man for the Hops in their navy light blue and white jersey. Gray road pants. First pitch from Gomez. Slider missing low, 1-0. The Dust Devils again in their home white, navy, and gold. White jersey and pants. Navy piping, navy letters and numbers trimmed in gold. And the navy Dusty the Dust Devil logoed cap on top. The 1-0 hit high in the air, deep to left, but way foul. As Tureen was well out in front watching that. I don't know if that stayed on the property. A ball and a strike. Tureen a double and a run scored his last time up in the 6th. The 1-1. Just missing the top of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. He's also flown out and struck out swinging. So it's a 1-for-3 evening for the Venezuelan second baseman, a stalwart of the Hops lineup. The 2-1. That slider just missed either low or outside. Close but no. 3-1. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Tri-City. 3 runs, 7 hits, an error for Hillsboro. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That fastball looked to be out of the zone and ball 4, but Tureen went chasing. So the count full at 3-2. Left fielder Anil Ortiz and designated hitter Hansel Luis will follow. The heart of Mark Reed's order coming around one more time, this time in the 8th. Gomez set, glove to the chest, the 3-2. Fastball high, Tureen lays off it, it's ball 4. So Christopher Tureen making his way down to first. And Anil Ortiz will come to the plate. The left fielder, 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 2-run 4th. Kimino Davey Marti's RBI single. First pitch. Slider looping over, 0-1. Haven't given you a Northwest League update in a while. Why don't we? Eugene shuts out Spokane 3-0. They've taken the first 4 games of that series. The 0-1. And there's a slider missing inside, a ball and a strike. Meanwhile, top of the 7th, Rogers Field and Napier Stadium, Vancouver. It is Vancouver 3, Everett 1. So Eugene now 47-17 in the second half. The 1-1, a fastball fouled away, 1-2. And they will play tomorrow night. They'll have Saturday off and then play Sunday to close out the regular season at PK Park. Gee, 30 games above 500 in the second half. That is absurd. The 1-2. And a little outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 4 of this series coming up tomorrow night. Final Rooster Tails game of the season. The 2-2. Ortiz, a chopper on a hop to first. Pendleton to second for 1. No throw to first. So it is a fielder's choice, with Ortiz replacing Tureen at first, and now an out on the board here in the 8th. 3-6 is the fielder's choice. And Luis will come to the plate. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 3. 1 out in the 8th. First pitch to Luis. Outside, 1-0. And while we're here, can we get you an affiliate update? Inland Empire leading Lake Elsinore 7-1, top of the 8th inning, down in San Bernardino, the 1-0. Broken bat liner, or more pop. Ortiz going back, reaches up, and he makes the catch. On the run, able to get to it, and then get it back to second. Nice play by Capri, 2 outs in the 8th. Kind of a low pop-up, a spinner. And Ortiz has really excelled at getting to those balls, whether they're like that or they're high and deep down lines. He chases him down very well. 2 outs in the 8th. 7-3 Dust Devils. Runner at first. First pitch, Modefi Marte. It's inside. 1-0. Marte, 2 for 3. Another very good night at the plate. I think the guy's a good hitter. I think we can say that. The 1-0. Fastball just inside or maybe high. 2-0. A double lined off the wall. His first time up in the second. An RBI single, a chopper over Mitchell Daly and into left field in the 4th. The 2-0. Fastball in there, taken for a strike, 2-1. And a fly out to deep right, ending the 6th. Randy DeJesus on the run to his left. The 2-1. Slider on the outside corner, strike 2. And so the count even. Action is beginning in the Dust Devils' pen. Righty Big Sam Takoyan getting loose down there. The 2-2. Marte socks a liner into left, and Rio Foster's going to play it on a hop, and it gets behind him. Ortiz running all the way around third. He is going to come in and score. Marte ends up at second. It is 7-4 here in the 8th. Tri-Cities lead trimmed to 3, and we will see how that ends up scored. Error goes on the board quickly, so we have our answer. So that will end up, I believe, an RBI, either single or double for Marte. It's no RBI, sorry. There'll be no RBI on the play. The error will have been ruled to have gotten the run in. It is a hit for Marte, though, his 3rd of the night. Here's Anderson Rojas, first pitch. Fastball in for strike 1. Very rare moment in these last few weeks. Rio Foster seemed like he just lost track of that one for whatever reason. It's not a ball that should have gotten past him, the 0-1. Grounder on 2 hops to second. Adrian Placencia there. Throw to first in time. And that will end the inning. A run for Hillsboro. They get that run on a hit. There was an error, and a man is left, so 1's down the column. We go to the bottom of the 8th. With the score now, Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 4. This is Dust Devils baseball. New man to the mound for Hillsboro as right-hander Sam Knowlton takes over for the Hops here in the 8th inning. Grayson hit. It was a difficult start to his outing in the 7th, but it ends up all right. He posts a scoreless inning. Hit managed to walk 2, but then got a strikeout and a double play. So scoreless and hitless the frame. And now Knowlton taking on Caleb Pendleton. First pitch, fastball missing, 1 ball and no strikes. Sam Knowlton 2-3, 5.28 ERA. Outing number 46 for him. The 1-0. Fastball for a strike, 1-1. I mentioned Sam Takoyan throwing down the right field line. Called him Big Sam. Sam Knowlton, I think you could also safely call that. 6'8", 270, the 1-1. And a slider in for a strike 1 and 2. 8 saves and 10 tries. This obviously not a save situation, but Mark Reed wanting to keep it at 3. The 1-2. Slider, oh, that was close. 2 and 2. Caleb Pendleton, 2 hits on the night. Multi-hit game for him, his second of the year. The 2-2. Pendleton swings and misses, strike 3. Fastball by, 1 out in the 8th. Still a 2 for 4 night for Pendleton. One out of the 8th, 7-4 Dust Devils. And mentioned Sam Takoyan warming up. He is now in the same situation. Dario Liberni squared to bunt. First pitch, a fastball coming in a little high and in, 1-0. Stadium gun read that at 86. I'm just going to go ahead and call no on that. The 1-0. Off speed, just low and outside, 2-0. Liberni 0 for 3. He is struck out swinging, flown out to center, and flown out to left. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Big cut for Liberni. Comes up empty, 2-1. Another game tonight in which the hit column and error column even. The same. 8 hits, 1 error for both sides. The 2-1. Outside 3-1. And just that run column, the difference. 7-4 to the Dust Devils. Anthony School going to get at least one more opportunity in this contest. He waits on deck. The 3-1. Liberni, chopper on 2 hops to the right side. Christopher Treen has it. Throw to first in time. 2 outs. Looked like that kind of handcuffed Modepi Marte a little bit, but he was able to secure it in time for the out. Liberni 0 for 4. That'll bring up Anthony School. 2 outs in the 8th. The base is empty. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 4. Sam Takoyan ready to go down the right field line. First pitch, a late swing from School. Comes up empty. No balls and a strike. Mentioned last night we had a bit of a smoky musk in the air for only a short amount of time, but it cleared. The 0-1. School in the air. Shallow left center. Going out, Rojas. Coming in is Donald Ortiz, and in left center. He will make the catch, and the inning is over. So 3 up and 3 down for Sam Knowlton. We make our way to the 9th. The Dust Devils 7, the Hops 4, and Sam Takoyan coming on for the save. This is Dust Devils baseball. Sam Takoyan taking over for the 9th inning. As the big righty from Fresno, California, looking to get the final 3 outs, and as a result, his 3rd save in as many tries. This is his 7th appearance. So far, 7 2/3 innings of professional ball. No runs a hit, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. So no decisions, an ERA of 0. At moments, it has looked like pure, beg your pardon, pure folly, trying to figure out how to hit this guy. And Takoyan will grab the ball here, and the first man he'll take on is catcher Jeremiah Boyd. Ruben Santana, the third baseman, then Drew Jones to follow. The 8-9-1. Hillsboro needs 3 to keep this one going. First pitch from Takoyan. Swing and a miss. Fastball with some movement. 0-1. Again, the stadium gun had 85, and no, absolutely not. Yeah, way more. The 0-1. Just outside. Can't even hit a ball and a strike. Mentioned Sam Knowlton, 6'8", 270 for Hillsboro. He pitched the 8th. Sam Takoyan on the hill, 6'5", 260. As the right-hander winds the 1-1. And a shot foul into the top of the netting first base side. And I think it broke Jeremiah Boyd's bat. Yep. Sounded like it had a little bit of crack to it there. So that bat sacrificed to the cause, and a new wooden implement grabbed. So Boyd will step back in. He'll take his time out actually first. Just make sure the bat's in good working order. He strapped the batting gloves, and now he will step in. 1-2 the count to him. Takoyan ahead. Looking around the glove, the big righty. As he takes a deep breath and the 1-2. Slider missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Takoyan was used quite a lot in his freshman year at Ole Miss, then less so sophomore and junior years. Being 2-2. Grounder up the middle. Placencia tries to get to it. It's just under his glove and into center field. Multi-hit game for Jeremiah Boyd. Even if Placencia gets that, it's going to be really hard to get that throw off and on the money to first. And so Jeremiah Boyd, a single up the middle. And a runner on for Hillsboro. They need one more to bring the potential tying run to the plate here in the 9th. 7-4 to Tri-City. Ruben Santana for 3 so far tonight, standing in, righty on righty. Takoyan has a check of Boyd at first and comes set in the stretch. First pitch. Foul back, strike 1. Sounded like it got a piece of Juan Flores. The helmet of Santana came off. Oh, 0-1 the count. Tri-City looking to get within a game of 500 in the second half. Outside shot to get above it. The 0-1. Slider, upper part of the zone, 0-2. So Takoyan way out in front here. Santana scuffing up the right-hand batter's box a bit. Now calling time. Infield a double play depth. Adrian Placencia more geared towards second, so the infield playing to pull. Third baseman Mitchell Daly fairly close to the line. Outfield has Santana the opposite way. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a slider. First strikeout of the 9th for Sam Takoyan. 1 out in the 9th. We'll bring up center fielder Drew Jones, though. So the Hops are going to get some pretty important bats. One more look here. Takoyan steady. 7-4 Tri-City, 1 out in the 9th, runner at first. First pitch. Slider outside, 1-0. Drew Jones is 1 for 3 with a walk in that order. Singled in the first, strikeout, ground out, and a walk in the 7th. The 1-0. Jones swings and fouls it away on a line. Out over Dusty's deck. A ball and a strike. Again tomorrow night, the Columbia River Rooster Tails one more time. Jefferson Vargas getting the start for Columbia River. Lefty Wilkin Paredes, who did a number on the Dust Devils the last time he faced him, he will start for the Hops, the 1-1. Fastball in there, 1-2. Slade Caldwell on deck for Hillsboro in their navy light blue and white jersey. Time called by Jones at the plate. There's a double play grounder. Hit by Jones would be most desirable for the Dust Devils, but Drew very difficult to double up. Tekoyan checking the runner, Boyd at first. Pendleton playing off the bag. The 1-2. Slider low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drew Jones in 121 games has grounded into 12 double plays. It's the most of anybody on the team, but I think that's just because he's putting the ball in play a lot. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tekoyan a second strikeout, and the Dust Devils have the Hops down to their final outs. 2 outs in the ninth. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 4. Slade Caldwell, the last man in the way, 0 for 4 so far tonight. Mitchell Daly playing a bit in initially, moving back now. Rio Foster is in left. First pitch. Caldwell takes a fastball high, 1-0. Anthony School is to the left of the second base bag, playing fairly medium depth. Randy DeJesus is straight on right. The 1-0. Skips in low. Flores keeping it close. But it is ball 2. 2-0. Caleb Pendleton is not holding Jeremiah Boyd on at first. They are daring him to run. Tekoyan coming set now. The 2-0. Fastball high. 3 balls and no strikes. By the way, the official attendance tonight, the attendance puzzle, Joe Montana 16, Hines Ward 86, 1686. With a ticket to see this one, thanks to everybody for coming out tonight. The 3-0 to Caldwell. In there for strike 1. Bounced in and out of the glove of Juan Flores, but pitch finds the zone. So 3-1 now. Christopher Tureen, the second baseman, on deck. If Caldwell reaches, Tureen will be the potential tying run at the plate. The first time we've seen Sam Tekoyan have any sort of struggle since his first outing. The 3-1. Slider misses, ball 4. So Caldwell draws a walk to get aboard for the first time tonight. And Christopher Tureen again coming up as the potential tying run here with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Dust Devils 7, Hops 4. As we have, I think it was a mound visit there. Tri-City had not made one yet tonight. And here is again Tureen. Tureen 1 for 3 with a walk, doubled and scored in the 6th. First pitch. Grounder up the middle. Ortiz has it, throws to first in time, game over. 6-3 the putouts. Capri Ortiz on the charge finishes this one up. And the Dust Devils defeat the Hops tonight by a final score of 7-4. No runs a hit, no errors, 2 men left. And this one in the books again with the final. Tri-City 7, Hillsboro 4. Ryan Costu gets his 7th win of the year in his last start of 2025. He will, in all likelihood, end the year with an even record at the high A level. Sam Tekoyan picks up save number 3, and the Dust Devils lead the series 2-1. Tri-City now 31-32 in the second half, so just a game below 500. 61-68 overall. Hillsboro in defeat falls to 25-38 in the second half. They are 58-71. We will come back with the post-game show. We'll get to the final totals. We'll recap this ball game, look at the scoreboards, and get ready for Game 4 tomorrow night. As again, the Tri-City Dust Devils defeat the Hillsboro Hops by a score of 7-4. And the Dust Devils post-game show is on the way to you next. Tri-City defeats Hillsboro 7-4 tonight here at Geisa Stadium to take a 2-1 series lead. And this now the Dust Devils post-game show on the ones and zeros we call the airwaves at DustDevilsBaseball.com and the MILB app. Valley Sports Live, of course, as well. Final totals for the contest as follows, as you hear the wrap-up of the Chuck E. Cheese Huck and Chuck in the background. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Tri-City Dust Devils tonight with 6 runners left on. For the Hillsboro Hops, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 8 runners left. Ryan Costu gets the win, finishing his 2025 campaign with an even mark of 7 wins and 7 losses. 6 innings, 3 runs earned on 6 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts for Costu through a season high. 106 pitches. In fact, I believe it is a career high. Yeah, 98 was the previous mark. and he gets his 7th win of the year. Denny Laurando, the Hillsboro starter, takes the loss. He falls to 3-4 when 4 1/3 innings, gave up 6 runs in the contest, and all, I should say 5 of 6 were earned. 1 was not. And again, he takes the loss. Sam Takoyan gets his 3rd save and again pitches scorelessly. He has been brilliant out of the pen. It's his 3rd save. The game played in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Official attendance tonight at Geisa Stadium, 1,686, 1686 in at first pitch. It was 88 degrees with hazy skies and a wind out of the south at 3 miles an hour, basically not noticeable. Tri-City wins 7-4 to take a 2-1 series lead. We're back after the final break of this broadcast. We'll recap this game. We'll hit the scoreboards and tee up tomorrow night's Game 4. Then all on the way as the postgame show continues right after these messages. Kids wrapping up running the bases tonight at Geisa Stadium. The Tri-City Dust Devils downing the Hillsboro Hops 7-4. And let's tell you how it happened. Neither team scored in the first inning. In the bottom of the second, it was Randy DeJesus who got things started with a mashed line drive to left center and over the fence for his 18th home run of the year. That got things started. Tri-City led 1-0 through 3, it ended up being. In the fourth, though, Hillsboro would score 2 and take the lead for themselves. One out singles by Anel Ortiz, and Hansel Luis put 2 on. And then a single by Modefi Marte, an RBI hit, made it a 1-1 tie. And a sacrifice fly at the bat of Anderson Rojas made it 2-1 to the Hops. The Dust Devils, though, in the bottom of the fourth would respond. A 2-run homer by Juan Flores. Swan continuing a very fine second half at the plate. That getting him as well to double digits home run wise on the year, his 10th of 2025, giving Tri-City a 3-2 lead through 4. The Dust Devils then would add more in the fifth to the tune of 3 runs in the inning, as they scored 3 runs on just 2 hits and ended up leading 6-2 as a result. There was a big throwing error in the play. Had the throw been on the money, it would have been a double play that ended the inning, but instead it ends up